it's funny that we talk about Africa as patriarchal when we've never been patriarchal. There's nothing about our history or anything about our cultures that represents that. Most of the households we come from are grandmother led or mother led. It's always been acceptable. To be quite frank with you, and I know a lot of people challenge this, patriarchy is truly not an African thing. And if you don't believe me, this show and the research I did to do what I'm going to show you now showed it to me. I decided I want to take African queens in the image of my aunts, or rather it be Unandi or Mojaji or Amina from Nigeria, Linga from the Congo, and make them into superheroes, Marvel superheroes. So I just researched African warrior queens. There were over 2,500 queens, African queens who led nations, who were at the front line. Shaga, people don't know that Shaga had a completely female battalion in front. Because who taught him how to fight? His mother. So he trusted female warriors more than he trusted male. We don't tell this story, it's curved, but it's been very common in our narrative. So decided to pitch a show based on that. I pitched it everywhere. I raised 200 million rand, actually, to do the show. Yeah, I was very happy, and then I turned it down. Because I pitched it to somebody else who, yeah, we pitched it to Miss Charlize Theron. She liked it, hopped on board, and she says, "You're not doing a show." I was like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "You're gonna do a comic book first." And that was the first time I learned truly like the game at a high level, at a very high level. She said to me, "We're gonna do a comic book." She never told me why. And we were frustrated. We're like, the show is ready, and then we see the Woman King come out. We're like, we should have done the show. You see, everybody's like, she's like, "Don't rush, do this right." And so we did. So we met every single comic book house, only the biggest, Disney, Marvel, you name it. I've had meetings with Boom Studios, all the biggest comic book houses. We pitched to them. They all bid for us. We settled with the one that was going to let us keep the IP, and that was Dark Horse. Dark Horse is the third largest studio, so that's what we're doing, comic book house. And then we got into a deal where we're doing publishing. So it's two deals. One is publishing, where we do the comic books and merchandising and etc. Then it's film and television. And that was activated immediately. We signed immediately. And then she told us why we had to start with the comic book. When we started writing and we signed that, she's like, "Okay, now you own the show."